welcome back to another Marvel Champions recorded gameplay. Today, we are going to be starting out the new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a recorded series with Nick. And I think I'm going to live stream my playthrough with Maria, but I do like to get a couple of reps through this campaign or through any campaign before I do a reveal or a review on it. And so, figured might as well just film it. So, first thing that we have to do is we have these evidence cards. There are three different types, or three different stacks. We take one from each stack and put it into our aim folder here. Then the rest go into our shield folder. This is just part of campaign setup. So shuffle all that, put that in there. We are going to be playing Nick Fury. We're playing a Nick Fury aggression deck. We'll talk about that deck here real soon. Almost put two of them in there. But if you don't care about the deck build, you can jump directly to the gameplay using the timestamps below. So feel free to do that. But let's talk about the deck build. Uh, it's not necessarily a thematic build. It's more kind of just to kind of see where aggression can go with Nick. And so we're going to see mutants and stuff like that. But we got Gambit, X, Ironheart, Sunfire, Psylocke, Gold Balls, Spider Girl, along with a boot camp. Now, I think I'm still trying to wrap my head around how to play Nick, but I'm thinking that maybe you just kind of ignore stealth form for a lot of the game. I think all of my games before this, I've been trying to stay in stealth form, and then I just like feel like I'm just treading water. I'm not actually getting anywhere. So I think I need to flip into assault form earlier, kind of once I'm pseudo built, and then I can throw damage and play it like a normal Marvel Champions character. So I think that's where we're going. In order to help with that damage, we have allies with boot camp. Whenever we flip into assault form, we can trigger surprise attack. Then we have a couple of multi-instance damage cards. We have one by one and melee. Because we can interrupt and remove threat from our assault form to increase the damage output, we can, make this instead of a 2 and 2, a 5 and 5. So we also have warrior skill, which is another way to iterate up on that damage. Build support and superpower training. Build support, probably grabbing helicarrier. Superpower training, probably grabbing the flying car. We do have two practice plans. We have a Avengers Mansion and a double, or our doubles. So that is the deck build. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be more of a normal Marvel Champions build where I'm not trying to get the villain to just scheme against me every single time, because I think that's not super great sometimes. Alrighty, so first up, we've got the Park Slope, Brooklyn, home of Sarah Garza, S.H.I.E.L.D. computer scientist. Director, there's no sign of our missing specialist, just this. It appears to be the remains of a inhuman cocoon. If Garza has inhuman powers, it's even more crucial that we help or that we find her. Finally got a position on her cell phone. It's in DC. This is in the Helicarrier Iliad. On my way, I'll meet you there. You're looking into this personally? Yes and no. I have other business in DC. I have reason to believe someone on the board is working with an outside group against S.H.I.E.L.D's best entrance. Hydra? Too soon to say, but I intend to find out. And so part of our setup here is we're using the S.H.I.E.L.D. Executive Board modular set. There are three officers that are going to start with two, what are they called? Secret counters. Start with two secret counters via the campaign setup instructions. And each one of these, we can spend like two lightning resources for the medical officer to remove a counter and heal a damage from a friendly character. Surveillance, two mentals for two threat, and then tactical is two physicals for two damage. If they ever get a third counter on them, they flip over, and it's bad. So we start with two, we flip at three. So I think we kind of need to be a little quick on getting those down to one, because I'm assuming that the other cards in the set, when revealed, place one secret counter on a board member. Okay. So you can spend like lightning resources to prevent those counters from being placed. So that is nice. So we're not just out of luck if we top deck one of those executive boards. Okay, we are playing Black Widow. Um, so the Widow's Web for setup, each player searches the encounter deck and for a minion and puts it into play. Engage with them. I chose the Aim Grunt. He's a 1/1/5 guard. So with this scenario so far, I'm not thinking. I don't think that we really go face with Widow real soon. So I don't think the guard is going to be too bad. And if we stay in stealth form, we're going to be able to steal that one scheme when the Aim Grunt schemes. So that's why I chose that. We are playing expert mode. Um, we have the Widow's Web. It's going up by 2 because it's going up by X, where X is the Black Widow's stage number. This starts with 2, and then the win revealed on Widow here gives us 4 more, or 2 more for 4. It has a force interrupt. When a character you control attacks Black Widow, remove 1 threat from the main scheme, discard the top card of the encounter deck, and resolve each preparation ability on that card. So if the main scheme is clear, we do not have that force interrupt. Just going to double check and make sure that I did everything that I needed to. Each player records their identity. Yep. Prepares evidence. We did that. We did the S.H.I.E.L.D. Environments. Yep, we're good. So here we go. We'll start with 2, 4, 6 cards in our opening hand. We've got Professor X. I do like that. We've got 1x1, Sunfire, Fury's Watch, Gold Balls, and Psylocke. That's a lot of allies. I think we will probably play Professor X. Professor X can confuse Widow. Yeah, that just feels really good. Thwart down the main. We may just stay in assault form so we can have Professor X chump block. I think that's fine. We're gonna keep Fury's Watch and Professor X will mulligan the rest. We've got a build support. That's kind of exciting. A melee, Gambit, and a Maria Hill. Ooh, very good cards. I think getting build support out and using X to thwart down build support to get a helicarrier feels pretty good. So I think that's probably where we will end up. Let's go. We could flip into stealth mode. I think we're going to not do that. I think we're going to stay in assault. I'm going to flip up to Nick Fury. Let's use melee to play build support. It's going to come in with 3 threats. Oh, we're going to... Okay, so instead, melee is actually going to play Nick Fury's Watch. So we can exhaust Fury's Watch and remove up to 2 threat from our suit, generate a mental resource for each threat you remove that way. I'm going to go ahead and basic thwart here to bring the main down to 2, and then triggering our gather intel. I'm going to add 1 to our suit upgrade. I'm going to use Fury's Watch, remove 1 to play. Oh, that didn't work either. I thought I was going to be able to. I thought I was going to be able to. I don't know. I miscounted my my resources. I'm thinking that still putting Professor X onto the table feels pretty good. So we got the 1 there. We'll use Gambit and Maria Hill to play Professor X. We'll confuse Black Widow. And we will use Professor X activation to clear the main. All right. We'll hang on to build support. Yeah. Or would we... I think we may rather hang on to something else. Maria Hill's pretty good. That's fine. We'll hang on to build support. We'll stand up. Draw into practice plan. Concentrated fire. Perfect. I was really hoping that we would have something that could flip us into stealth form to take advantage of that confuse. I guess flipping down also works. Avengers Mansion and a Covert Surveillance. Okay. We'll go 2 threat here on the main. Black Widow is going to attack. We're going to block with Professor X. So it's going to be 2, 3. That's going to knock out Professor X. And then we'll take 1 damage from our aim grunt, going down to 9. Our encounter card is Drawing Near. So, start of our turn, we'll discard the top and place a pursuit counter for each resource icon on that card. And now I want to flip down to Alter Ego so that we can get rid of Drawing Near. Let's use Avengers Mansion to play build support. It's going to come with 3. Yeah, okay. We're going to use Nick Fury to thwart this down to 1. We're going to put 1 here. We're going to go Fury's Watch, spend this one to play Covert Surveillance to clear build support. We could flip into stealth form if we wanted to. I don't think I want to, because I think I'm going to flip down so I can toss concentrated fire. But we do get to go find a support that could be a helicarrier or it could be our boot camp. I'm thinking since we already have Fury's Watch, let's just get boot camp onto the table, and then we can that solves a lot of our damage. We are going to throw practice plan onto the table, and then we'll flip down and toss concentrated fire to get rid of Drawing Near. Okay, stand up. We've got a 1x1, a Iron Heart, Warrior Skill, Fury's Flying Car, Genius, and a eye patch camera. Nice. We go up by 2. Widow is going to scheme. She is confused. Then we got Aim Grunt scheming to take us to 5. Our encounter card, Attack Acrobatics. You're in Alter Ego form, change to hero form. Black Widow attacks you. Give her an additional boost card for this attack. Well, that's a little scary. So she's attacking for 2 + 2 boost cards. I'm going to take it. So it's going to be 2 + 5 is 7. Yikes. Okay. Really hoping, I don't know. Okay, so that takes us down to 2. Now I also now don't have a way to get into stealth form because that flipped me. Yikes. Cool. Alrighty, fun. We do have the medical officer. We can heal some damage. But let's see where we go. Alrighty. Nick is going to thwart the main down to 3. That's going to give us one threat on our assault suit. We're going to use a Genius to play Ironheart. It's going to draw us a card into a practice plan. So Ironheart has a 2 attack. We could go 2 here, and then we could attack with a 1x1, which would hit there and then hit Black Widow. But when we would attack, we would discard and do a preparation. So I probably want to clear the main before I do too much work on Widow. I could heal myself with the medical officer. Okay. So I could play 1x1 and one of these 2-cost cards. I think I probably want to play the camera over the over the flying car. I think that's going to save us from a scheme out. So let's go these two to get an eye patch camera. That's also a target for practice plan. We will attack with Ironheart for 2 here. We're just gonna do it. We're going to warrior skill 1 by 1 interrupt to remove a threat. Deal 3 damage to the aim grunt. Since we defeated an enemy, we'll deal 3 damage here. We interrupt here first, so we'll remove a threat. We'll discard 1 event card from your hand. I do not have an event card in my hand, so that's nice. And then she'll take 3 damage. So we go down to 13. Nice. Okay. All right. All right. We'll stand up. We got a spray fire, a EM shield, concentrated fire, spider girl, and a secret agent. 2, 4, 5. We go up to 4 here on the Widow's web. Widow is going to attack for 2. We'll block with Ironheart. 2, 4. That's going to knock Ironheart out. Then our encounter card is Nowhere is Safe. I'm going to place 1 here, and then we'll discard a upgrade or a support that you control. Discard practice plan. Okay. Nice. I think I do want to play EM Shield. Yeah, because that's going to prevent some damage. Then I think I want to play Spider Girl for a block, honestly. Or I could heal. I feel like healing wouldn't be too bad right now. It's only healing 1 for 2 resources. It feels like I should use it for allies. I could remove threat using this. I could flip down to alter ego. Let's go ahead and just thwart here. Take this down to 2. And we're going to put 1 here on our suit. Okay. We're going to use spray fire and secret agent to play EM shield. So when you would take any amount of damage from an attack, we can discard EM shield and prevent all of that damage. And then I guess because we have that, what I would like to do instead is potentially deal... No, we'll go ahead and spend 2 to trigger this hero action here to remove a counter and heal 1 damage from our identity. Okay. Let's stand up. We have EM shield. We have strength, covert surveillance, spray fire, helicarrier, and a covert surveillance. All right. We'll go to 2. Widow is going to attack us for 2. 4 will proc EM shield and take no damage. Then our encounter card is discovered. Change to assault form, and then we can either take 1 damage or remove all the threat. We will remove the 1 threat, and that did not go too badly for us. Okay, let's go ahead and okay, I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. Unfortunately, I don't think that I can play both covert surveillances without also thwarting, and then that takes us down to 0 there. So it's like not really worth it. But it will put me into stealth mode, which I think is where we want to be. Okay. Let's use a strength and a spray fire to play Helicarrier. We'll use the Helicarrier to play covert surveillance to remove 2 threat from the main. And if you are in stealth, you can place it on your suit form. Otherwise, you can switch to stealth. There we go. And then we will basic thwart here for 2, moving 1 of that to stealth. We're going to hang on to the covert surveillance, mainly because we're about to put a lot of threat on the main, and that can help us clear it. We got a melee, superpower training, safe house 221, and a 1x1. Add 2. Black Widow is going to scheme against us for 1, 2, 3. We steal 1 of it, so we're going to add 2 there. Our encounter card, destroy evidence. Each other encounter card gains Incite 1 when revealed. Place 1 threat on the main scheme. That comes in with 4 threats, so that's got to go. Like immediately. All right. We'll use a basic thwart to take 2 here. That down to there. We'll actually steal 1 of that with our suit form upgrade. We will use a Helicarrier to play covert surveillance to clear this and place the threat there. We're going to use a 1x1 to play a superpower training. That's going to come in with 3. And then we're going to use a Fury's Watch, spend 2 to trigger this action to remove 1 from the Chief Surveillance Officer and remove 2 threat from a scheme. And then we are going to use melee to play Safe House 221. Whereas an alter ego action, we can either heal 2 damage or place 1 threat on our suit upgrade. Okay. Stand up. We'll draw into a intelligence analysis, surprise attack, another encounter card. And I'm thinking if we can get it confused, we can flip down, use safe house, heal up a little bit, because that's my main concern is just that we're sitting at 3 health. Now, if we're in stealth form, we're not getting attacked, but it is nerve-wracking. Okay. We got covert surveillance and 1x1, 2, 4, 5. Okay. We'll add 2 threat here. Black Widow is going to scheme for 2, 3. We steal 1, place 2. Then we've got Dark Designs. Excellent. So we got 1. She's going to scheme for effectively 1 plus 3, or plus 2. So she's at 4. We place 3. So we're at 9. We steal 1. Terrifying. Then our next card is Aim Commando with Quick Strike. He attacks, we scheme out. Very sad. Alrighty, we're gonna re-rack and play that again. That was brutal. That was super, super brutal. Was there any? There wasn't anything we could do. Alrighty, see you very, very soon. Okay, so I think the biggest lesson from that is the flying car is gonna be really good. If you're gonna stay in stealth form, that ready is 2 more thwart each round, which basically cancels out the villain activation. Now you're just treading water, but if you're also going to be able to build a little bit, I think that flying car upgrade is very important to the next strategy. So as I'm playing a little bit more, that's what I'm realizing. I also think that I probably should have prioritized the Helicarrier over boot camp with that build support. I didn't need damage. I didn't need damage at the time. I needed ramp. And so that early in the game, I think I go Helicarrier. And like if I see boot camp in my opening hand, I think I pitch it. Because then if I can drop a Helicarrier just by straight up paying for it, I can use the build support later for the boot camp. But I don't need the damage early. I'm not playing allies quickly, so I think that'll be like a more mid gameplay, and I miss. Um, I didn't prioritize the support correctly. I still think grabbing that guard minion is the way to go, so we're gonna just grab him again. Also gets rid of a preparation from the deck. But that's what you get when you're going through it for the first time. It's kind of exciting because I don't even know what these cards do, like the cards in the encounter deck do, and so I'm learning. It's fun. All right, so Nick Fury, we got the 2 here. We got Widow. We're starting with 4 threat. Let's get 6 cards. We've got a Fury's Watch on turn 1, a Covert Surveillance, a Maria Hill, a Sprayfire 1x1, and a Secret Agent. This is honestly a fantastic hand for us. Getting a Maria down would feel so good. Um, so I don't think we need the Covert Surveillance. I think if we can play Maria for 4, Fury's Watch is going to be the 5th and 6th resource. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep Secret Agent just in case we draw a double or we get a little lucky on a flip. But got a Safe House 2/2/1, a Surprise Attack, and a Melee. The Safe House 2/2/1 probably don't need it. I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth it necessarily. Now could I get a little clever with how we do this? I can. So that'll have 1 on it. I can use that in Surprise Attack to play Maria, and then I can hang on to Secret Agent. So I can hold on to Secret Agent. I can play that next turn. Okay. So we're going to use our Infiltrate action to switch into Stealth form. We will go ahead and flip up to Nick Fury. We're going to use a Melee to play a Fury's Watch. We're going to go ahead and basic thwart the main for 2. And we get to put 1 of that on our Stealth suit. We'll exhaust the watch to spin this as a resource. We use Surprise Attack and Safe House to play Maria Hill. Now, we're going to thwart with Maria, and whenever she thwarts, we take the remove threat and put it on our suit form upgrade. And then we're going to hang on to our Secret Agent. But because we have this on the table now, we have a lot of threat removal, and I probably will try and... I'll probably try and save her. Or I have a panic button out. We're going to hang on to Secret Agent. We got Boot Camp, Avengers Mansion, Concentrated Fire, and a Gold Balls. Honestly, this feels like a Mansion play. I think we probably will do that. That's kind of exciting. So we're going to go 2 here. Because we are in stealth form, Black Widow is going to scheme for 2, 3. We steal 1 of that, so we're just going to place 2. And then the aimed grunt is going to scheme, and we're going to steal the 1 from him. Our encounter card is Grappling Hook. When a player plays an event card, cancel its effect and discard it. Okay. I'm going to keep this in my hand because that's how I'm going to remember that. Let's go ahead and use Fury's Watch. We'll spin 2 off of our Stealth suit. We'll use Gold Balls and Boot Camp to play Avengers Mansion. We will use Avengers Mansion to draw us a card, which is Covert Surveillance. We'll go ahead and have Maria thwart 2 here on the main, moving that over to our Stealth suit. And we will use Concentrated Fire to play Covert Surveillance, which cancels the effect here. And we'll hang on to Secret Agent yet again. All right, let's stand up. Secret Agent. Practice Plan, nice. Ironheart. Concentrated Fire, that'll be nice to get rid of that grunt. And then until intelligence analysis. Add 2. Widow's going to scheme for 2, 4. We steal 1 of it. So we add 3, and then we add 1, which is 4 more. So we're up to 8. Nobody panic. And counter card is another aim grunt. Okay, I'm okay with that. The reason this adds is because I can only steal it if there's 5 or less. So I need to get rid of some of that. Okay. Mansion will start us out by drawing us a card, which is a 1/1. Ooh, okay. Let's do a Fury's Watch. We'll spend 2. To play Ironheart. That'll draw us a card. Gambit. Alrighty. We'll use a Concentrated Fire to play 1/1. Forced Interrupt flips us here into Assault. And then we're going to interrupt to spend 3 to deal 5 damage and 5 damage. Clear both of those. Now we are in Assault mode, which is fine because we have a couple blockers. We'll use Ironheart to... we'll hang out with Ironheart and see what she does. Now we could... Ooh. We could play Gambit. I feel like we don't need Gambit quite right now. It feels weird putting all of these like preparations for the preparation cards when I don't have a preparation card on it. Like both of these trigger when I trigger a prep card and I just don't have any. I guess I have intelligence analysis, so I could do that. Played... Could also heal 1 from Maria. Yeah. Let's spend Practice Plan and Gambit to trigger the Chief Medical Officer to heal 1 from Maria. Maria will then go ahead and thwart for 2 here to take this down to 6. Placing the threat here. We'll go ahead and thwart 2 here. Move 1 of it there. So we're down to 4. Ironheart will take it down to 3. Cool. And we'll play Intelligence Analysis. I still think we hang on to Secret... Like, maybe this is a card that you just pitch because it's so reliant on other cards, and if you don't have those other cards, you just pitch it. That's probably the right call. We're gonna toss it because like it's been in my hand too long, and I have not found priority to play it, so it shouldn't be in my hand. We got Covert Surveillance, Practice Plan, Flying Car. That's very important. S.H.I.E.L.D. and Helicarrier 2, 4, 5. We're gonna go up to 5. Widow is going to attack. We'll block with Ironheart. It's going to be 2, 3. It's going to knock Ironheart out. And then we've got Dance of Death. Deal 1 damage to a character you control. Deal 2 damage to a second and 3 damage to a... That's a brutal card. Wow. We're going to just do it. So it's 6 damage to Fury. I could cancel it, but like we're so close to being able to... We're just going to take the damage. We're going to roll the dice. Hopefully not die. Alrighty. Start our turn. We'll mansion into an eye patch camera. Nice. Let's go Fury's Watch. We'll spend 2 here to play Fury's Watch for 2. Covert Surveillance. We'll play the Helicarrier. Got Helicarrier and the eye patch camera to play the Flying Car. We will go ahead and thwart this down to 3. We'll steal 1. We'll use the Flying Car spend one here to ready. We'll thwart this down to 1. We'll steal that back. Now I could play practice plan, or I could heal. Yeah, we're gonna spend 2 to remove 1 and heal Maria. Then Maria will thwart here. We'll take that 1 there. All right. Now we stand up. We'll use Maria as a blocker, I think, at this point. Especially because we should have a lot of allies coming. 2, 4, 5. We should see some allies here. Sunfire, Spider-Girl, Psylocke. There we go. Alrighty. We got 2. Widow's going to attack. We'll block with Maria. It's going to be 2, 4. Knocks her out. Then our encounter card is the AIM Soldier. It has Patrol. And then when revealed, we have to find the AIM Scientist and put it into play engaged with us. The AIM Scientist cannot take damage when you're engaged with other things, which is really cool design. Okay. All right, cannot be attacked, so I think we can just punch it with that. Okay. Cool. Start out, we will draw a card into Professor X. You don't say. Okay. I think we Fury's Watch for 2. Never mind. Hold on. I was like, we could play Spider-Girl and knock out the AIM Scientist, but we could also just 1 by 1 and knock out the AIM Scientist. I think I like that better. We play Professor X. We play Psylocke. I think we play Professor X. Because we get a block there. Or we could... No, we're going to play Psylocke. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's go Helicarrier to play a 1 by 1. And then we are going to remove 1 to deal 3 damage. I actually am not 100% sure. I think because you resolve it sentence by sentence, it does 3 damage, and then I deal 3 damage there. So that's going to knock that out. I think we thwart 2 here. We steal 1. We go Fury's Watch for 2. 2, 3, 4 to play Psylocke. Psylocke enters play with 2 psionic counters on her. Whenever she attacks, which we're going to do, we get to deal a damage. So that takes her down to 15, then 1 more. And it confuses the villain. Okay. We are going to Fury's Flying Car, remove this threat to ready. And then we're going to flip down and we're going to heal for 4 to take us up to 8. Okay. We have Spider-Girl and we have X. We're just going to hang on to X. We're going to toss Spider-Girl. Let's stand up. We've got Energy, Genius, Surprise Attack, oh geez, and Build Support. It's kind of brutal, actually. We got 2 here. Widow's going to be confused. And our encounter card is a AIM Soldier with Patrol. We're going to go find the AIM Scientist again. Nice. Alrighty, let's see if Mansion gives us something that we can pay for. Superpower training, not really. Okay, do we want to be in stealth form? No, we want to be in assault form. So we are going to use Helicarrier. The next card we play is reduced by 1. We're going to flip up and we're going to play Surprise Attack to take out the AIM Soldier. We'll use strength and we want to go super powered. No, I think we want to go with build support. So strength and superpower training will play Professor X. It's going to confuse Black Widow. Then we're going to use we're actually going to hang on to strength. We're going to use energy to play it instead. We'll use yeah. Nick will thwart this for 2. Moving 1 here. I'm going to use Fury's Watch to remove a threat to play build support that comes in with 3. Professor X will thwart down build support. Take 1 there. And we're going to go find boot camp. Now all of our allies have +1 attack. That's cool. We'll spend strength to deal 2 damage to the aim scientist using the chief tactical officer. Then there's no threat to remove, so we won't do that. Okay, let's stand up. And if we can flip into stealth form here soon, I would. I actually don't know if I care. I think I may rather just flip down to alter ego. We got spray fire, we got melee, we got another encounter card. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time for me to figure this Nick Fury out. He's fun. I'm enjoying him more than I thought I would. Because he's puzzly, but I think I need to just spend more time in assault form than stealth form. Spray fire, genius, melee, gold balls, and spider girl. Wow, 2, 4, 5. Got 2 thread here. Widow's going to attack. We're gonna block with X. It's gonna be 2 + 3. Good block, Professor X. Good block, sir. And we got 2 encounter cards. The first one being Widow's Bite. You are stunned. Take 1 damage. This is stunned. That's tough. Then discovered. Change to assault form. This card gains surge. Into covert ops. You are confused. Black Widow schemes. We are confused and stunned. Black Widow schemes, but she is confused. So we'll remove that. Ugh, gross. Alrighty. Mansion's gonna draw us a card into Maria Hill. Nice. Okay. Got Genius and Spray Fire. We'll play Maria Hill. Maria Hill will thwart 2 here. Move it to assault. I will go ahead and attack to remove stun. I've got Helicarrier. Melee and Spider Girl will play gold balls. We'll go Psylocke will attack Widow. Removing this, so that's going to deal a total of 3 damage because of boot camp. And confuse her. I think we'll flying car to ready and thwart to remove confuse. Gold balls will attack for 2. We're going to discard 3 cards. So a total of 5 damage from gold balls. Sweet. Stand up. We've got Sunfire, surprise attack, strength, concentrated fire, and superpower training. We'll throw 2 here. Widow's attacking. We will block with Psylocke. It'll be 2 + 2. Knocks Psylocke out. Then our encounter card is the Aim Commando with Quick Strike. It's going to hit us for 2. We'll take it. Cool. Let's go ahead and have Maria thwart the main here. We'll go Mansion. We'll draw us a card, which is an energy. Okay. We use a energy to play Concentrated Fire to take out the aim commando. And we get to add a. We could go to stealth form, but we're just going to stay in assault form. We're going to add threat on our suit form equal to their printed threat. We've got a surprise attack to play a superpower training. That's going to come in with 3. We're going to attack Black Widow for 2. That's going to take her down to 4. We'll use gold balls to attack for 2, 3, 4, which will push Widow into stage 3. When revealed, we place 3 threat on the main. And then the same effect. So she comes in with 20 health, and whenever we attack her, we have to discard the top card. Okay. If there's threat on the main. Let's go ahead and Fury's Flying Car to ready Nick. We'll go ahead and thwart this down to 1. We'll steal this here. And then we will Fury's Watch to remove 2 threats to play Sunfire. Sunfire will thwart 1 here. And then we'll use Strength to remove there and deal 2 damage, which is not an attack. Well, it doesn't matter because there's no threat there. All right, let's stand up. I kind of want more secret counters to get on there. I like those effects. We've got a Ironheart, Secret Agent, Warrior Skill, Gambit, and a Melee. 2, 4, 5. Throw 2 threat here. She's going to attack. We will block with Sunfire. So it's going to be 2, 3. Sunfire gets knocked out. We will draw into. Attached to Black Widow, each encounter card without a printed preparation ability gains preparation. Prevent all damage from this attack, then discard night vision goggles. Alrighty then. Let's use Mansion to draw a card into Covert Surveillance. Let's use Hill to thwart 2 and move 2. That's going to knock her out. Let's use Fury's Watch to remove 2 here to play Ironheart. We'll draw a card. Safe House 2-2-1. We'll go ahead and attack for 2. We'll attack for 2. We're at 16. We'll go down to 14. Fury's Flying Car will ready us. I'm kind of paranoid. Like, I want there to not be secrets on here because I'm wondering if that's going to be a campaign that carries forward. Let's use a Helicarrier, a Melee Secret Agent to play Gambit. After Gambit enters play, look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and tuck 1 under so that only the boost field is visible. We're going to take that 3. Gambit's going to swing for 4. We'll go ahead and use Safe House 2-2-1 and Covert Surveillance to play Warrior Skill. We can interrupt an attack and have the attack deal 1 additional damage. So we will go ahead and attack, interrupt with Warrior Skill to make that 3, 4 damage there. So we'll go down to 6. Then Gold Balls will attack for 2, 3, So you can only do 5, but we got 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. We're actually just gonna hang on to gold balls. We're gonna let gold balls ride this out, because I don't want to get an extra encounter card. So let's stand up, and we have the win regardless of if we attack now or later. So let's just stand up. We'll draw up to our hand size, which is 5. We do not get an encounter card, and we have lethal. Alrighty. We'll add 2, and what we'll do is we'll flip down and heal, because we have to, or we want to be full health, because we keep the health into the next game. Widow's going to attack. We'll block with Ironheart. It's going to be +2. Then we've got Dark Designs. Add 1. Remove the Confuse. And we'll flip down. We will heal to go up to 9 health. Gambit will attack for 4. Gold balls will finish it off. There you go. There's Black Widow. Game 1. Done. Victory. Record the total number of minions and side schemes in play. Okay, so superpower training was still in play, so that's 1. Oh, that's kind of funny. I didn't even think about that being like a detriment. I was just like, oh, it'll be fine. So Fury. Record the number of secret counters on each board member. Yep, so the chief surveillance officer has 2. If at least one board member is in play, has no shield counters on it, it gains 1 evidence card from the shield envelope, and cross out each combination of means, motives, and opportunity in the campaign log that includes the icon on the evidence card explained. Let's see what the... Okay, so yeah, you're trying to figure out a puzzle there. Record each identity's remaining hit points, which is 9. Cool. Thank you so very much. Hope you enjoyed the game. We got Batrock next, so make sure to follow along to see that game. See ya.